You know, viOLet is up 1-0. Last map, he did some, you know, some might say cheese. I hate using that word, though. It was just early aggression, and Dragon was unprepared.
Yeah, it was early aggression. The build we saw viOLet do was something that Sheth used to do all the time.
Yep.
Back, I don't know, 6-7 months ago. It was like his normal opening. I do want to say just one more point on the map. Like I say this every time I cast it. It feels to me like a Brood War map, and I love that. But I thought Brood War maps were so good, and that's what carried on the life of the game for as long as it did. So.
Yeah, and a little bit more about this map. This is one of those maps where it's not too surprising to see 5 base versus 5 base. I don't know if you remember, but at least in my experience, most games I see on this in TvZ are pretty darn epic. Again, the reason for this, to push across the map, it's an incredibly long way.
Yep.
An incredibly long way. And there's also 2 choke points leading into your opponent's side of the map, so that could, you know, it makes it more difficult for the aggressor to do a lot of damage. So as I hit the Control N button, so again, this map very receptive to the longer games, as we see Dragon going for a relatively early first gas, plopping down that factory yet again, probably going to go for that reactor Hellion opening, but I bet this time he's going to be a lot more proactive with his scouting.
Yeah, certainly. I wouldn't even be surprised to see him make an earlier bunker, so that similar sort of roach pressure doesn't do any critical damage. We do have the spawning pool just finishing up right now for viOLet, so we'll have to wait and see if he chooses to get aggressive here. I really wonder why, if there was ever a map for Nidus worm play, it's this map. You can take those side expansions, those islands, with the Nidus.
Oh, yeah.
And,
not enough people do that.
Yeah.
This is one of those rare maps that actually has an island.
It makes so much sense to have a Nidus on this map, and I'm just waiting for the day that we start to see it at the top level.
I agree, and it's important to note there is a creep tumor here, so you have to have detection before you can actually take these expansions.
Yeah, but you float an overlord over there for vision, you change it to Overseer, your drone bites the creep tumor twice.
How long would that take? How long?
Seconds.
Oh, really? It doesn't take too long for a drone to kill a creep tumor.
Okay, maybe it does take a couple more than just seconds, but it wouldn't take that long.
Anyway, you could just put a Nidus there and have some units kill that.
Queen can come through, poke it a couple times.
Big deal. But we do see here, let's see, gas, look, another Roach Horn.
Yep.
And some links going across the map here. Roach is in production. SCV on the map, trying to get some scouting information. I don't know what Dragon has seen. He has seen the creep of his opponent's natural expansion, so he knows where his opponent is. Beyond that,
that's all he knows.
I think he saw a few Zerglings, so that
that's all he knows,
that can't tell you a lot. So
he has no idea that these roaches are coming, and we've got Dragon expanding on the low ground once more.
He saw a roach with his SCV that was scouting. Hellion's coming in as well, trying to sneak up into the main base of viOLet, and viOLet has to be very careful with his drones. Doesn't want to lose too many of these Hellions. Very low on health. Nice around there. 2 drones getting roasted. Oh, wow.
That was a reasonably big shot, up to 5
workers killed. That's not bad at all. And he saw the roaches.
It's especially good because of how aggressive viOLet's opening is. He's 15 workers.
He needs all those drones.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He cut workers to get these 4 or 5 roaches out. But there's no bunker. Dragon is supply blocked. This is the second time that he's supply blocked in here, so the second Marauder is going to be a little late coming out. It is a long distance though, so it took a while for the roaches to get there. That means viOLet has Dragon has a few more units out than he did last time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared for Dragon here. May have to cancel this command center, which you don't want to do. Hellion's coming out, trying to do some damage. Might try to sneak by and do some damage to the economy of viOLet, but hold that thought. Marauder getting caught out in the open here. Dragon has to be a lot more careful with every single unit he has if he wants to defend against this push from viOLet. 5 roaches, a lot scarier than it may initially seem.
Great micro here from viOLet. Just taking such care with his roaches. Needs to micro that low HP roach back. And viOLet just being so meticulous with this. More Hellions making their way into the base of viOLet, though, and this time the Queens are not on the ramp, and Dragon is going to do a lot of damage here.
Yeah.
Or he's going to get surrounded!
Oh my god, great surround by viOLet. Taking care of those Hellions. Roaches might even take out this command center, but it should be canceled before it goes down. It does indeed get canceled.
Wow.
Dragon trying to prevent that, but not able to. Has 2 Marauders on the field, though. But viOLet might be very comfortable with how this is going right now. Might just return his roaches. So I'm going to try to target fire down these Marauders, and one might go down, but the roach is going down incredibly fast.
This is a best case scenario for viOLet. He didn't kill as many SCVs this time.
Wow.
But he still killed about 5. He canceled the command center, which is just tremendous.
Yes.
It's going to be so long before Dragon has his second orbital up, and we still have units streaming across. Now look at these Speedlings going to come in. They're going to pick up these Marauders.
Yeah, the Hellions remain. We'll be able to clean that up. And I'm wondering, How much does this game change if Dragon just initially made his command center inside his main base?
It's a tremendous difference.
The command center finishes. Ooh, viOLet should be a little bit careful with these overlords. Doesn't want those getting killed by Marines, but I don't think any Marines are on the field, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. But let's take tabs of things a little bit. Income tab shows 30 to 23 in favor of viOLet. So definitely in a decent situation there, of course. But again, the command center having to be rebuilt, orbital command just now being morphed in. You know, I almost want to say this is relatively even at this point in the game. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that viOLet's certainly ahead. It's not as much of a lead as he had in the last game.
Right.
But he's done a lot of really good stuff. Oh, he's going to catch Dragon's Hellions out on the creep on the other side of the map. This is going to take back map control.
Yeah.
It's just going to delay Dragon's ability to get his natural up even further, because now he doesn't have Hellions out to deal with these others.
That's the thing. If viOLet can just keep preventing this natural expansion from going down, of course that's going to make his leads just surge ahead.
Look at the workers now. It's 40 to 26. I mean, it's a huge.
Oh wow,
lead.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So viOLet definitely in the lead here. Spire going down as well. Again, you have to consider, will Dragon be ready for this? He's been investing so much into early game Hellions, into, you know, crisis management.
Yeah, it's 10:30 and he doesn't have any engineering bays yet, so he's definitely playing with fire. And if he does not get an eBay down, he's just gonna die to the mutas. It's as simple as that.
Something else that's really interesting here, In Control talked about this a little bit. I'm wondering if he did this against Sleep. He put a pylon at the natural expansion, might even put a cannon at the natural expansion, just to throw his opponent off. If you can throw your opponent off from their standard build order, you know, some players like, all right, I'm going to put my supply depot here, barracks here. This is how I'm going to progress naturally through the game. If you eliminate that by using early somewhat wonky aggression, which viOLet did here, how much does it actually affect your opponent?
No, that's actually a really great point, man. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how Katz approaches his gameplay.
Exactly.
Katz says, hey, I might use a build that's not the most efficient build, but if I'm more comfortable playing from that position than my opponent is, then I can win anyway.
Yeah. And, you know, Dragon actually doing a decent job, you know, keeping up in supply, but as I say, that viOLet making 6 meters, of course, saving the minerals and the gas for 6 meters. Also, is he going to start an upgrade from that Spire? Has enough gas, or just going to add a muta? Yep, there's that upgrade. +1 flyer attacks in production, and a scan going down from Dragon. Did he see the Spire vision? No, he did not see the Spire. Saw the layer, though.
Wow, that's really a bummer for him. He just barely missed seeing that Spire.
Yeah, but that being said, though, Engineering Bay is on the way, so he might be prepared for these mutas. He might not be. Viking doing some scouting, so that should give him a hint as to when the mutas are coming. But the muta is just not even going to go after the Viking, just going directly to his opponent's base, and that's exactly what viOLet wants to do. Turret's not even started.
Yeah, eBay's still not done. It's finishing up, but the mutas are going to fly right in there.
The turrets.
And there's going to be a lot of SCVs killed here.
Oh, no.
One down, and wow, it's going to be actually huge amounts of damage. Already 3 SCVs having been killed. All of them going to be forced to transfer down into that natural.
Yep.
And this is just terrible for Dragon. This is excellent for viOLet. And, oh my gosh, he's up to 17 worker kills. My God. 100 supply against 80. Worker count shows 61 against 28. And
wow,
that's a good position to be in. And Dragon, critically, he has not gone for the triple orbital opening that's been so much more common and so much more prominent these days, and that just complicates his position even further.
Yeah, and you know, it looks like Dragon wants to do a little bit of a push here as the muta is going right back into the main base where the turrets. Still no turrets here, and Dragon just going to pull all of his SCVs, actually changing his mind, feeling like 2 Marines are enough, but another Terran units, but they're not able to take on this flock of 5 mutas. However, Dragon still pushing across the middle of the map here with the tanks and a substantial Marine force with 1 medevac overhead. This could do some damage, but viOLet trying to morph in some Banelings really quick, also getting some Zerglings on the field.
This push is a little bit scary, but viOLet can sack his 3rd base if he decides that he can't engage this head on.
Absolutely.
Baneling speed's about to finish. And I really think once it does, it's going to be almost impossible for Dragon to continue to push on the creep. And Dragon knows it. He's just going to turn around and go back.
Wow. That's an interesting decision, but I agree with you. But viOLet going to try to cut him off, moving forward with the Zerglings and the Banelings trying to surround the army of Dragon. Dragon trying to microwave his Marines, doing a decent job at that, splitting those Marines in Dragon fashion. Look at that amazing split from Dragon. And he should be able to. Oh, he has the micro perfectly, but I don't think so. Oh, more Banelings coming in from the bottom, and that's gonna deplete this army of Dragon. Now down 113 to 57 supply. Is your Terran player and viOLet in supreme position to advance to the next round?
That was really beautiful marine splitting by Dragon, but unfortunately he just had so much less stuff than viOLet did, and of course that means the Zerg player was able to make short work of that Terran army. Now we see a big counterattack materializing for viOLet. Dragon to keep pushing, and again he might be able to kill a base, but he's going to take substantial losses back here in his natural.
I don't think he knows about this army from viOLet at all.
No, obviously he doesn't.
So viOLet's going to come in there. Oh, burning some banelings, and he might just back up to protect from this squadron of Marines.
Yeah, I guess viOLet doesn't want to take the chance.
It's fine.
Of a counterattack not working.
I'm okay with
bring
that.
his army back.
I'm okay with that. Especially because we might get to see a bunch of Marines die to burrowed banelings. But we'll have to see. Marines coming forward trying to take out some drones. Nice burrow from viOLet. Scan, going to reveal those drones. Zergling's coming forward. Nice positioning from these Marines, but they are all going to die.
Yep, Marines will all get cleaned up. They did kill a handful of workers, but I mean, if we look at the income tab, 56 to 33 is still a big lead for for Empire's viOLet. And Dragon, he's got no signs of a third base anywhere. No third orbital being built. No units out on the map to expand somewhere. Like I'm not seeing his next transition. Where does he go from here?
It's, some might say this game is over, but the optimist in me would suggest you got to make more Marines, got to play really defensive, and just hope viOLet screws up somehow. But again, this is viOLet. He's got burrowed banelings outside of his opponent's natural expansion. There's not much Dragon can do here. He's just got to hope viOLet, runs his mutas, either over a Marine force or just completely off the map or something and forgets about him.
Dragon is positioning his units pretty well, so he's not looking like he's going to take too much more damage from this muta play. But I mean, viOLet's just been powering his economy. He's up to 80 drones now. He's almost, he's past the halfway mark with his creep spread. He's got like a single tumor that just keeps leapfrogging forward. Four bases up. Not mining on that fourth base just yet, but once he takes those gases, he'll be in a prime position to go up to hive and start making those brutals.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that's his thought process here. Continuing with those melee attacks for those Zerglings, about to get +2 as the Muta's trying to do some damage, but Dragon had some Stim Marines ready to go. And Mr. Bitter.
I actually think those banelings are critically misplaced. The best thing for viOLet here would be to bring his Mutas down and try to pull that army back, but I guess he's just going to go back to his side of the map and get ready to mount a defense. I'm so surprised that he hasn't tried to counter once.
Yeah, and I think he's about to. Zerglings are poised to counter into the natural expansion. I guess he's waiting for that Terran army to get to where it's committed to attacking before doing that. Supply depots, of course, could be raised to prevent that from happening. Muta's going into the main base of Dragon right now at the same time. The Marines and tanks and medevacs marching over the top side of the map. viOLet.
It's a bad day to be that queen. She's going to run for the hills. No banelings out on this side of the map that I can see, so this is scary. There comes the counterattack finally. Ling's going to come streaming into the natural. Muta's meanwhile making short work of the main. And Dragon, he's like, all right, I guess we're just going to race. And quite frankly, I don't think it's a race he can win.
Yeah.
But I do think that viOLet made a small mistake not having any banelings on his side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, one or two banelings perhaps burrowed could pretty much melt this Marine force. Of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, viOLet should have no trouble cleaning up the entire base of Dragon. And viOLet has bases, on bases on bases. He's got the entire top side of the map. So losing this main, although it's a relatively big deal, it's not a big deal at all.
A couple of banelings do crash into those Marines, but you're exactly right. It's just, if you look at the supply, it's 46 supply to 153 supply. And there's just, unfortunately for Dragon, nothing that he's going to be able to do to answer the problem that is viOLet.
And I don't even, he doesn't have an SUV anywhere, I would think.
No, if you look at the units tab, you can see he has no SCVs out at all. 5 medevacs, 2 tanks, and 30 Marines is all that exists for Slayers, or Millennium Dragon, I should say.
Yeah, not much to say here. Okay, I'm glad Dragon stayed in the game so we didn't see that. Of course, those Marines probably hate me for saying that, but it is what it is.
You are so cheeky. GG, well played. viOLet will 2-0 Dragon, and look damn strong in the process. That was really good.
viOLet's good.
Yeah, that was really good.
But somewhere deep inside me, I'm thinking, what if Dragon holds off that early aggression both times from viOLet?
Well, we'll never know.
I know.
What if he holds it off? What if the Zerg player invests in early aggression and it doesn't work? Well, then Terran's ahead.
Yeah.
But fortunately for viOLet and unfortunately for Dragon, that was not the case either time. We are, guys, immediately going to kick the stage where she's going to have a word with our players.
Excuse me, Dragon. I gotta get past you. 여기요. 감사합니다. Congratulations, man. And congratulations to viOLet for winning his first round match against Dragon. viOLet, do you want to come up here? Have a little conversation? Guys, you can give a round of applause to your winner. That's just fine. viOLet, I know when I asked you yesterday, what were you most worried about going up against Sleep? You said you had to be very, very careful against him. Why was that?
Sorry?
You said yesterday with Sleep, you had to be very, very, with Dragon, you had to be very, very careful. Why was that?
Cause many time here did he a lot of cheese. That's why. Yeah, I don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese, but you do like brownies. viOLet here has a secret power, and that is that his host mom made him some awesome brownies. So are they kicking in?
That's secret.
That's a secret. Oh, sorry. Well, don't eat his brownies, guys. viOLet, do you think you can take this tournament?
Yeah, if I win next match, yeah, I can win that.
Well, if you can win it all, I'm gonna give you this cowboy hat. Doesn't he look way better in it than I do? Do you like that hat?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, well, thank you so much, viOLet.